A few months ago, I posted this video to Instagram and to TikTok. The video quickly gained traction and went viral on both platforms. The story of how I got introduced to this move is a pretty interesting one actually. And it started way long before I even started calisthenics, movement or handstand training at all. The story includes a Korean movie, randomness and years of preparation for a move I didn't even know I was preparing for. In fact, it touches the very foundations of why I started this training in the first place and what sparked the flame that still burns today. So I wanted to make a video about this story, as well as answering some of the thousands of comments and questions I got, such as what the f is this move even called? And how do you even start training such a move? The most common comment of them all though was claims that it was reversed or even fake, for which I answered with this. Either I'm super good at talking in reverse, or you're wrong. I also got a lot of super awesome comments. I also actually did the move in reverse, just for fun and to challenge myself. I do have to agree though that the move doesn't really look right. There is something weird about it, and perhaps that's even why it went viral in the first place. The fact that I put my own touch on it by pushing into a hollow back handstand may also have played a role in that. The funny thing about the name of this move though is that I didn't even know it myself. It's something I've played around with for quite some time, and an Instagram post of the move from August 15th reads as follows. A fun fact about the first move, which I have no clue of the name. I remember years ago, probably 15 years ago, I don't even remember which one. In one of the movie scenes, the bad guy, if I remember correctly, performs this as a part of his yoga sequence. This was long before I started with bodyweight strength, movement and the like, yet I was mesmerized by it, and the scene somehow burned itself into my memory. At that time, I couldn't believe it to be possible. I simply couldn't understand how such a thing was possible, yet here I am. I have always had a fascination for the capabilities of the human body. It just took me a while to realize. I have to give credit to Francesco Piccheni. Not sure if I pronounced that right, but his Instagram tag can be seen here, because he reminded me of the name of this movie as an answer or a comment to this very post. And the name of the movie that I was talking about is Old Boy from 2009, which is a South Korean movie. By the way, if you haven't seen this movie yet, I definitely do recommend that you do, because it's an amazing movie. In one of the scenes in the movie, the bad guy, Lee Woo-jin, played by Yoo-ji-ta, excuse my terrible Korean, does this move as a part of his yoga sequence. So after getting reminded of the name of the movie, I went straight to Google to try and find out what this move was called. And it turns out I was not the only one mesmerized by this crazy looking skill. It turns out that this is a yoga pose called inverted locust pose, or Viparita Shalabhasana, which is an advanced Ashtanga yoga pose. I suspected that this may also be a thing in contortion, which is basically the discipline of turning yourself inside out. And as it turns out, it is. And it's called a chest stand or a chin stand. From my understanding though, it's not entirely common to press into the position without kicking up or using any kind of momentum. Being able to hold an inverted locust pose or a chest stand requires a lot of upper back mobility as well as neck mobility. I have trained a lot of spine mobility through the years, but I've never focused much on neck mobility. So this is why, as you can see, I have to look to the side when I'm doing this move. Also, compared to a lot of contortionists out there, as well as yogis, my back bending isn't exactly on par. My training for the hollow back handstand, however, has provided me with a sufficient amount of back bending in order to hold the inverted locust position. In order to press into the position, however, you also need quite a lot of straight arm strength in order to push your hands hard into the floor while driving your heels up towards the roof. The bendier and stronger your spine are, the less you need to push your hands in the ground and the less strength you need. Lucky for me though, I've trained a lot of planche strength through the years. In fact, as a drill for the planche, I've used an exercise I call the assisted Maltese press, which is basically what an inverted locust press would look like if you had absolutely no back bending at all. So the memory of the movie scene that I was totally mesmerized by some 15 years ago, in combination with training for specific skills such as the hollow back and the planche, turned into this specific skill. Adding to this a deep handstand push-up, from which I got use of the strength from 90-degree push-up training, and then into a hollow back position, and you get the complete move, which I guess we could call like inverted locust press to hollow back handstand. As a side note, once I realized that I could be able to press into this inverted locust position, which I at that time didn't even know the name of, I started training for it specifically. First, I used a very narrow hand positioning with my palms facing upwards and using momentum to get up. Sometimes even kicking up into the position to try and get a feel for the hold. Then eventually I would go a bit wider, I would use less momentum, and at some point I was able to turn my hands with my palms facing downwards so that I could smoothly transition into a handstand push-up looking move. And this is what enabled me to sort of use this skill in sequences and in combinations. And I do intend to further develop this and use it in several other creative combinations. By the way, it turns out that this move was fake all along. They used a green screen and a wire to pull his legs up, so it turns my inspiration was based on a fake move. If you are interested in things like handstands, movement training, bodyweight strength and the like, remember that I push out weekly YouTube content now, so be sure to check out my videos or subscribe if you'd like to get notified whenever I push out something new. I also have my very own app, the Movement Trybe, which contains structured programs and workouts for both handstanding as well as calisthenics, strength, complete programs, or for single skills. So you can check that out as well. The link will be up here as well as in the description. You might even be interested in checking out my hollow back handstand tutorial, which will be linked here, or you can check out some of my beginner handstand videos here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you did, feel free to hit me up with a like and a comment to support the channel, and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. Keep moving, keep playing, and I'll see you guys next time.